Hello, this is Knoxef, and welcome back to episode 2 of my Minecraft survival series called Serenity. So in the last episode, we got our enchanting table, and we basically got a lot of the basics done, got our first diamond and stuff like that. As you can see, I've been pretty busy in between episodes, and I built our starter house. So, how about we go around and I can explain how I built this and what this build consists of. As you can see, this build is a stone but with a wooden roof with leaves. I took very heavy inspiration from my own diorite house when building this. I changed a few things. For example, I'm no longer using diorite and I'm using a different kind of slabs. I made the roof in the same sort of fashion with the leaves, and I decorated the side with windows and vines. If you notice here, also I have a bunch of layers of carpet. That way, mobs cannot pass through, as their pathfinding thinks that they'll fall through and they won't get into my house, even if I leave the doors open. I haven't finished most of the interior as there's a lot of torch spam, but I do have the basic things set up. I have my bed. Here we also have a full enchanting setup, which I finished in between episodes, and we also have moved all of our chests from outside, inside, over here. I also have some crafting stations and my first diamond here. The inside isn't completely done yet, and I still have to do interior design and lighting, but this is more than enough for right now. Okay, so now for the important bit. What are we going to do this episode? I've thought of a few possible things. So right here in this dispenser, we have all my options. The cobblestone represents the mining operation. I have 2 of them because I want it to be more likely because it's kind of higher on my priority list. We also have bee nest for making a honey farm, iron ore for going mining, lantern for the interior, iron sword for getting better gear, pumpkin for a pumpkin and melon farm, wheat to make to start getting villages in and making a villager farm, and then sugarcane, and that's for working a bit more on my sugarcane farm over there. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the button, and whichever one shoots out, I'll do that activity. 3, 2, 1, and pumpkin. That means we're going to be doing, in this episode, a pumpkin and melon farm. Actually, you probably already knew that because of the title of the video, but we're going to be doing a pumpkin and melon farm today. So everything else will wait. Also, I did this in between episodes because the house is one of the things I definitely wanted to do. And because I didn't get the mining operation, I will definitely start that in the next episode, or maybe in the second half of this episode. Speaking about a few things I did in between episodes, I expanded the cow farm because I needed more leather, and the other pen was empty. So now I have a double wide cow pen. Over here, I've also expanded the sugarcane farm to make it a lot bigger, so it now takes up everything. And I also added in a secondary wheat farm. I don't need it right now, and I'm going to tear this up and replace this with sugarcane when I'm walking on the farm, but I kind of need it a bit more now than sugarcane, so I'm going to leave it in. Okay, so I'm going to prepare a bunch of stuff for this pumpkin and melon farm, and I'm also going to do a little bit of preparation. Not for the pumpkin and melon farm, but for the future of this series. And what I mean by that is I want to plot an industrial area where I can make all my farms. And I want this all to be in one area so that when I AFK, I only have to AFK in one area and all my farms are loaded. Preferably this would be in the spawn chunks. So really what I need to do is I need to find the spawn chunks and plot out this build. So, I'll see you guys when that's done and I can start construction of the farm. Okay, so that took a lot longer than it should have, but I now have 4 points plotted, one over there, one way over there, one way over there, and one way over there. The spawn chunks are really actually quite massive, but now that I've just plotted them out, I don't know if, I probably can't see it, but there's one in every corner of the spawn chunks. With the center being right around here somewhere. I think it's, yes, right here. So we can now begin construction of our pumpkin farm. So I've actually never made a pumpkin or melon farm before, meaning this is going to be something new to me. So I'm going to look for a design online, and then I'm going to just build it in the testing world, and then we can begin gathering materials and beginning to construct it here. I'm planning to build it probably right here, kind of like a cube here. I'm not going to make it too big, but I'm definitely not going to make it too small. So I'm going to start trying to find a design and building that in the redstone testing world. So I will see you guys when I have the whole entire thing built on the testing world, so I can explain it to you before we start building it here in the Serenity world. So I'll get down to that, and it'll just be a second for you. So see you guys in the next clip. Okay, so I'm back, and this actually didn't take very long. So there is one very popular design which I'll be using, and it's this one. If you want to know how to build this, then you should check out Ilmango's video, who is the one that actually made the tutorial for this farm and what I'm copying. So what it does is it basically detects when it's growing and then uses a piston. Although there is a few little problems and how we actually cannot build this in Serenity for two reasons. First of all is the observers. The observer crafting recipe actually needs quartz, which we do not have as we have not entered the nether yet. Meaning, if we want to be able to build this farm, we'll need to actually go to the nether. The second problem is this. So if you go into here, you'll notice that there's actually a lot, and I mean a lot of hoppers. This is about a stack and a half of hoppers, and that is almost like 6 stacks, or more than 6 stacks of iron, which we definitely do not have. Meaning, we'll either need to build an iron farm, do a lot of mining, or change the collection system. And changing the collection system is what I'm planning to do. So, what I want to do is instead of having these hoppers, I'm going to see if I can have a minecart going back and forth collecting everything up. So I'm going to design that quickly, and I'll come back, and hopefully that'll take less iron than building the hoppers. So, also, one thing before we go is I just want to explain a bit. So we're going to be building this out of white concrete and jack-o'-lanterns for lighting so that mobs don't spawn, and it's going to be 9 by 9. So this is going to be the size of our actual pumpkin and melon farm. And if you were wondering, I do have my game speed up. So if we go back to creative so we can load these chunks, it isn't going to be this fast because I actually have my game tick up, meaning plants are growing a lot faster than usual. The default is 3, and right now I have it on 20, so it's going to be much slower than this. So, I'm going to design all of this, and I'll see you when I am done. Okay, so I'm back, and I finished the rail cart, and I think it's less iron. I don't know, not by much, maybe, but it's still less iron, which is good, because I don't want to have to go mining for like 6 hours. So as you can see, it's getting here. It's being picked up. The cart empties incredibly slowly, which is slightly worrying. I also set it down, but I think it should be able to catch up. So I'm going to empty it here so it can fill up, and then I'll empty it again so that I can do a bit more testing. And then we can start collecting stuff and start doing this on the server. And then, yeah, that'll be great. Okay, so I've done testing, and it completely works. So, all I need is some dirt, a lot of pistons, a lot of note blocks, a lot of concrete. Yeah, so I'll begin to assemble these materials. Okay, so I just gathered a lot of sand and stuff, and now I have the white concrete powder. So now, all I have to do is the very long and arduous task of doing this. So I guess I'll be here for the next while. I hope this doesn't affect the resale value of the house. So I have already collected everything that I need to collect to start the farm, except for a few things which require more objects and different objects that I can't necessarily get. For example, I have the pistons, the concrete. A few things I don't have are the pumpkins, the jack-o'-lanterns, and the observers. All of which need something. For example, the jack-o'-lanterns, I need my pumpkin farm to grow a bit. And for the observers, I need nether quartz. So I'll do those later. But right now, what I want to do is I want to start out planning where I'm going to build this. So I'm going to build a 10 by 10 hole, which I can then put in the rails for the collection system. So I think I'm going to have it right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is pretty good. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Okay. This looks like a good area. And then I'll have the 9 by 9 cube right here, and then that gives a little bit of leeway here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go fill this out really quickly, and I'll talk to you guys when I'm back. Okay, so I have dug out the hole, and I've also added in all of this, and I've added the minecart, and the collection system completely works. I can show through a rail, gets picked up, and then carried by the minecart all the way across. Come back around here, and there we go. You might have noticed it went a bit fast. Don't worry, if it's fuller, it'll go slower and it'll dump more, so it kind of evens itself out. Plus, I don't think it'll be growing that many crops. So the next step is to get a whole load of dirt and cover the whole entire top layer of dirt, and then start planting. Also, I'm going to fill in these sides with dirt. So let's do this. Okay, so I have placed in all the dirt, and now for the very scary bit. I need to place this and then immediately put an oak slab on the bottom, and if I don't do this, everything will break. So I gotta go really fast. Ready? Huh. Can't tell if that worked. Looks like it has, except for that one spot. So I gotta go really careful. I break this one, but not the next one. Oh gosh, okay. I'm going to have to break this one and this one so I can get here. Replace that. And then I can recraft this. And we're back in business. Great. And then I've also gotten a sea lantern, which I will place on top of the water source. So now I can start actually farming the land. One step ahead. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so we have actually now crafted everything we need, except for two things, and those are jack-o'-lanterns and those are observers. And I already talked about this, and I actually have a pumpkin farm over there, which looks like it has a pumpkin. So those are coming along nicely, but the big thing is observers and quartz. And for observers, the two things that we need and we don't have is 1, cobblestone, and 2, quartz. Cobblestone's pretty easy, but quartz is the hard one. So I think we're ready. I think it's time to go into the nether. Hey, what are these guys doing? They're interrupting my video. Go away. Get off my lawn. Okay, so I've just grabbed 14 obsidian from over there. I just poured some water over the lava. It wasn't too hard, and I grabbed it with my diamond pickaxe. I forgot how long it took to mine obsidian. But now is the real question, is where do you want to have this? I want to have this inside, but I also want to have it outside. I want to have it outside because then I don't want to have zombie pigments in my house. But I also want to have it inside. So I think I might have it here. I could have it in my room, but that's too small. I'd have to put it there, and that'd be too cramped. I could put it right. I think I might put it right here. And then I'll just deal with pigmen. So that means I need to actually place this. So, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2. Let's light this thing. So we need a flint, and we need a piece of iron. So let me craft a flint and steel. And let's do this. Before we do that, we need to eat. Okay. Into the nether for the first time. Excited, and let's see where we come out. Okay, got the achievement. Looks like on some sort of plateau. Is this not loaded? No, it is loaded. It's just an enormous lava lake. Doesn't seem to be any hoglins, but seems to be a lot of zombie pigmen, and exactly what we're here for, quartz. We're not really here for anything else but quartz, although it would be good just to take a quick look around. Oh, wow, okay, this is lucky. So you have soul sand right there, we have this biome, which is amazing, because there we can get so many ender pearls, because endermen spawn a lot in that biome, so it's perfect. Basalt deltas are also really, really useful and good, so I'm glad we spawn next to one of those. So I'm going to grab some quartz. Oh gosh, I really, really have to be careful. I say running right past a bit of lava. So I'll try to find some quartz, and I'll get back to you if I find anything cool, or if I get all my quartz and can leave. So 2 things. First of all, I think I have enough quartz. Second of all, Soul Sand Valley and Nether Fortress. So yeah, this seed, I can't get over how good the seed is. And the seed is 1. It's like just you put in 1 onto the seed box and you have this seed. But I can't get over how good the seed is. There's another fortress just right over there. And if you're wondering where our portal is, yeah, I'm wondering that too. But I remember digging down, so it's definitely not down. I think it is... I think another portal is right up on that. If it's not, then I'll talk to you again. But if it is, then I'll see you back in the overworld. Okay, so I successfully made my way home, and now we have unlocked the recipe observer. So we need to make about 42 of these. So you have enough of that, and then we need to make 42 times 2. So like yeah, we have more than enough of that. But the real question is how much cobblestone we need. So if we look at the observer recipe we need 6 times 42 obsidian. So that's quite a bit. So yeah, that's gonna take a while. That's about like 6 stacks of cobblestone. So yeah, I didn't know observers were actually that expensive. Okay, so I have collected all the necessary resources. The jack-o'-lanterns, observers, a lot of concrete, pistons, and the note blocks. So we are ready to start the placing and the final constructions, and then that's going to be the end of the video. But don't click off yet. The video still has a little bit left. So let's get building, and let's construct a bit more of the pumpkin and melon farm.
Okay, so I have finished completely the farm. Don't ask me what that pumpkin is doing, because I have no idea. Looks like it was picked up by the hopper minecart. Anyways, this is the final farm, and I'm actually quite proud of it. I think it turned out quite well. I especially like the design. And if we look inside, it's producing quite a lot of melon pumpkins. Also made pumpkin pie, so there's actually 25 pumpkins. Although there is one little problem. So if the minecart, I think the minecart's going the wrong way. The minecart is going the wrong way. Okay, so I'll deal with that off camera. But the point is if I get a good look, you saw that it was actually filled with stuff, which is slightly worrying. Because I don't know if it can actually drop stuff off fast enough. Yeah, I don't know if it can drop it off fast enough. So I'm kind of worried about that. Because if it gets clogged up, then that can be a problem to the efficiency of our farm. This is a note from future me. I actually changed quite a few things about the farm. For example, I moved the collection system over here. And as I was saying about how it was worrying me that it didn't pick up everything, it didn't pick up everything. It really got a lot not done. So I created this system, which is kind of annoying, considering the fact that it's not supposed to look like that. So right when I'm recording it. Anyways, I created this system, and it uses a little bit of redstone. This is what it's supposed to look like. And as you can see, it's delivering stuff off. I also had to use glass to block that out, otherwise farm animals could get underneath there and block the minecarts. So, if I mine down, you can see a little bit of redstone. It's a simple activator rail to a pulse extender, leading to a converter, which, what that does is it constantly keeps the line powered, because there's no reason not to. It's not like I have to pay an electricity bill. And then whenever it comes over, it stops it. It stops on there, so everything gets fed into this chest, and then when it turns back on, because it's on a slope, it continues going, as you can see in action. So yeah, this I think is going to be the final design. I mean, I'm gonna fix a few things like that, but this is what the pumpkin and melon farm looks like. So, that is the end of this video. I have done quite a lot in this episode of Serenity. We went to the Nether, and we also built this amazing pumpkin and melon farm, so when we finally get villagers, we'll have something to trade with them. So, I think we got quite a lot done today, and I'm quite proud of all the progress we have made. Remember, this is Knoxef, and I will see you soon in the very next episode of Serenity, when we'll plan on doing something completely new and have just as much fun as we've had this time. Excuse me, pig. Okay then.